Dwight David Yoakam is an American country singer-songwriter, actor, and filmmaker. He first achieved mainstream attention in 1986 with the release of his debut album Guitars, Cadillacs, etc. Yoakam had considerable success throughout the late 1980s onward, with a total of 10 studio albums for Reprise Records. Later projects have been released on Audium, now MNRK Music Group, New West, Warner, and Sugar Hill Records. His first 3 albums, Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., Hillbilly Deluxe, and Buenas Noches from a Lonely Room, all reached number 1 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart. Yoakam also has 2 number 1 singles on Hot Country Songs with Streets of Bakersfield, a duet with Buck Owens, and I Sang Dixie, and 12 additional top 10 hits. He has won 2 Grammy Awards and 1 Academy of Country Music Award. 1993's This Time is his most commercially successful album, having been certified triple platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. Yoakam's musical style draws from a wide variety of influences including neo-traditional country, honky-tonk, Bakersfield sound, bluegrass music, country rock, and rockabilly. He is known for his distinctive tenor singing voice, unconventional musical image, and the lead guitar work of his longtime producer and bandleader Pete Anderson. Yoakam writes most of his own songs but has recorded many successful cover songs by a wide range of artists including Johnny Horton, Elvis Presley, Cheap Trick, The Blasters, Lefty Frizzell, and Queen. He has collaborated with Beck, John Mellencamp, K.D. Lang, Ralph Stanley, and members of Alison Krauss and Union Station. As an actor, Yoakam has appeared in the movies Red Rock West, Sling Blade, Panic Room, The Minus Man, and Wedding Crashers, 4 Christmases, as well as South of Heaven, West of Hell, his writing/directorial debut. He also appeared in the TV series P.S. I Love You and Under the Dome, as well as the Amazon Prime Video original series Goliath. Dwight David Yoakam was born October 23, 1956, in Pikeville, Kentucky. He is the oldest of 3 children to David Yoakam and his wife, Ruth Ann Tibbs Yoakam. At the time of Yoakam's birth, his father was serving in the United States Army. After David Yoakam was discharged from the Army, the Yoakams moved to Columbus, Ohio. By this point the couple had a second son named Ronald and a daughter named Kimberly. Meanwhile, David supported his family by working at a Westinghouse Electric Corporation factory and later by ownership of a Texaco gas station. Yoakam's father had acquired a guitar manufactured by the K Musical Instrument Company while in the Army, and gave it to Yoakam after being unable to learn to play it himself. Although Yoakam later broke this guitar, he received another one as a Christmas present while he was in the 4th grade. He also wrote his first song around this point. As a child, Yoakam took influence from the music that his parents listened to on records as well as WMNI, then an AM country music radio station in Columbus. Among these records were compilations by Johnny Cash and Johnny Horton. According to his mother, the family would also sing songs to each other when on road trips to visit Yoakam's maternal grandparents. Yoakam himself also stated that he took influence from rock and roll acts he had seen on television, such as Elvis Presley. The Yoakam family moved to another neighborhood of Columbus in 1968, where Yoakam attended high school. His mother encouraged all 3 of her children to join the school's band, in which Yoakam played drums. He also attended drama class, which led to him playing the role of Charlie in a production of Flowers for Algernon. Yoakam later attributed this performance as giving him more confidence performing in front of others. In his senior year of high school, Yoakam and some classmates formed a rock and roll band to compete in the school's talent show. The band became popular enough that they began performing at a number of private parties throughout Columbus as the Greaser Band. Yoakam attended Ohio State University, but quickly dropped out in order to focus on his musical career. While playing at a club in Gahanna, Ohio, Yoakam was approached by a man who promised a musical contract but later turned out to be a con artist. Despite this, Yoakam chose to move to Nashville, Tennessee, to continue pursuing a career in country music. He faced difficulty in the Nashville music scene, as his style was more indebted to honky-tonk and bluegrass music at a time when such sounds were not popular compared to country pop and Nashville sound. Yoakam then moved to Los Angeles, California, at the encouragement of Billy Alves, a former member of the Greaser Band. While he was initially unsuccessful there as well, he met guitarist and record producer Pete Anderson at a Los Angeles bar in 1982. The two became friends when they realized they had common interest in musicians such as Merle Haggard. Anderson also observed that cowpunk and alternative country were popular in California through acts such as Joe Ely, Rank and File, and Lone Justice. By performing at clubs where these acts also performed, Yoakam was thus able to gain further exposure. By 1984, Yoakam had written a large number of songs. Anderson then encouraged him to record some of them on an extended play. He also served as producer and lead guitarist on the project, roles he would serve throughout most of Yoakam's career. The EP was titled Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., and was released through the Oak Records label. It consisted of 5 of Yoakam's original compositions, plus a cover of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. Songs from the extended play received airplay on independent radio stations throughout Los Angeles. Later in the year, Yoakam was chosen to serve as an opening act for the Blasters. This led to him being discovered by Reprise Records executive Paige Levy, who helped Yoakam sign with the label in 1986. Reprise reissued Guitars, Cadillacs, etc. that year with 4 more tracks, thus making it his debut album. One of the added tracks was Bury Me, a duet with Maria McKee. The first single off the album was a cover of Johnny Horton's 1956 single Honky Tonk Man. Yoakam's rendition of the song charted at number 3 on Billboard Hot Country Songs in mid-1986. The song was even more successful in Canada, reaching the number 1 position on that nation's country music charts then published by RPM. Honky Tonk Man also received a music video, which in 1986 became the first by a country artist to air on MTV. The album itself reached the number 1 position on Billboard Top Country Albums. 2 more singles followed, both of which Yoakam wrote himself. These were Guitars, Cadillacs and It Won't Hurt, both of which made hot country songs. 13 years after its release, Guitars, Cadillacs, etc. was certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, honoring shipments of 2 million copies in the United States. At the 29th Annual Grammy Awards in 1987, the album was nominated for Grammy Award for Best Male Country Vocal Performance, and Guitars, Cadillacs was nominated for Best Country Song. The Country Music Association, CMA, also nominated Yoakam for the Horizon Award, now called Best New Artist, and Honky Tonk Man for Music Video of the Year. Yoakam also won Top New Male Vocalist at the 1986 Academy of Country Music, ACM, Awards. The album was reviewed favorably. Tom Jurek of AllMusic wrote of the album that it contained influences of Bob Dylan and Bakersfield sound. His review also noted the number of personal songs written by Yoakam himself, as well as the cover versions of Ring of Fire and Ray Price's Heartaches by the Number. Ron Fell of Gavin Report compared Yoakam's musical image favorably to Buddy Holly and Bruce Springsteen, also stating that Yoakam had an authenticity to his persona. Writing for the Rapid City Journal, Leonard Running noted the use of fiddle, steel guitar, and dobro in the production. Yoakam's second Reprise album Hillbilly Deluxe was released in 1987. The album was also led off by a cover song, specifically, Elvis Presley's Little Sister. After this were Yoakam's original compositions Little Ways and Please, Please Baby, followed by a cover of Lefty Friesel's Always Late with Your Kisses. All 4 of these cuts made top 10 on the country music charts between 1987 and early 1988. Little Ways was a number 1 single on the Canadian RPM country charts. Well, I was deeply saddened to hear yesterday of the sudden and tragic accidental death of a dear friend and former musical colleague Keith Gaddis. I will forever be grateful, Keith, for you sharing with me your talent and friendship. Rest in sweet and lasting peace. Well guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.